Hello, everybody. Welcome back to X-Plane 11. Once again, today we're flying the Toliss A321 with the Neo mod from Salt Lake City up to Seattle. I've got everything ready to go upstairs. We're about ready for pushback, and we're going to get out of here on runway 34 right. This sound set you'll hear today is from FT Sim. I'll have that linked as well. All right, they're hooking up down there, almost ready to push. We have the beacon light on. The jetway is away, and as you can see here, we're using Avatab. All right. We're ready to push out off of the gate now, so we'll go ahead and release the parking brake there, and we'll put the airplane into start mode. There we go. We'll wait for that to turn off a little bit there, and then we'll go ahead and start engine number 1 first today. So engine 1, and we'll listen in. All right, we have a good engine start on 1. Let's go ahead and turn 2. You're going to hear the PTU bark. We're going to have them disconnect, and we'll look for the hand signals on the left-hand side. So over here, we have our Navigraph now attached to the Avatab plugin, which is awesome. And that's how we have the airport diagram. I've also got the Seagull 1 departure ready to go up here. We're going to climb maintain 13000. 15000 Seagull, so Corvair to 13000 initially. We've got that set in there now.
And bypass bin has been
and there we are right there.
Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time, and have fun up there.
All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks for the help. All right, so we go max auto brake, and we'll go flaps 1. Ignition goes back to norm. We can go to the flight control page here, and we've got forward. I've got neutral, back. I've got neutral. I've got left aileron neutral, right aileron neutral. I've got left rudder and right rudder working. Flight controls are free and correct. We're good there. Wonderful. Auto brake is set to max. We're going to arm the speed brakes, and flaps are set to 1F. That is good for us. Okay, next thing is AP bleed goes to the off position. Master switch goes to off. Taxi light on, and we're going to taxi down to 34 right. We're going to hold short down at Hotel 1 at 34 right. Make sure everything's good to go there. Let's get our TCAS on TA only. There we go. And we'll get the weather radar on, and we'll be ready for departure down here. So since we're number 1 today, we're going to go ahead and go runway turnoff on, takeoff. Landing lights come on. Strobe lights will be on as well. Wing light on. Forward on the cabin. And takeoff config, we'll hit that. ECAM is showing no blue on there. That's what we want. All right, we're down here at 34 right. We are clear for takeoff. Nobody is coming down the line right now, so we're going to go ahead and line up on the runway and get on out of here. We have our lights set. Lining up on the runway now, ready to get on out of here. Beautiful scenery here in Salt Lake City with all the mountains. All right, we're all lined up here. We're going to bring them up to 40, let them hold. There we go. Pitch trim is 0.0 today, so that's fine. And Toga, let's go flying. SRS climb, runway nav blue. Auto thrust is good to go. Neutral stick at 100. High altitude airport, so it's taking us a while to get to V-speed here. V1, rotate ever so slightly with the A321. Don't need a tail strike on this sucker. There we go. Positive rate. Gear up. Climb thrust. That is good to go there. And now we're headed out to Corver. There's a good intercept angle right here. And the airplane's going to build up some speed. Once it gets to the S, it'll bring the slats in. And we'll continue from there. So now a slight right turn this way. We'll turn our terrain on so we can see around here. Looking good. Speed brakes are good to go there. We can turn these guys off now. And everything upstairs looks good. All right, 9,300, and as you can see here, we're getting closer to Corver there, and we're climbing to 250 now. Airplane is maintaining speed below 10,000 feet. We're almost to 10,000. We'll turn those lights off. If you guys want to see more detailed flights where I set up the MCDU down there and all that stuff, you can check that out on the Fabiano Live channel. I've been flying this airplane a lot on my Twitch live streams. I'll have a link for that in the description below if you want to check that out. Above 10,000, we'll go ahead and turn those landing lights off. Actually, we could keep them on until 15 since we're a higher altitude airport, but that's okay. Wing light is off there. We're going to let them know they can start their drink service, and we're going to go over here to the pressure page. Make sure the cabin is climbing good, and it is. Everything's looking fantastic. I'm going to slow the airplane down to 310 knots so we get a better climb rate out of it, because 340, as it is by default, it's just not a great climb you're going to get out of this thing. That's the beauty of the A321. We're above 18,000 feet. We are on standard pressure on both sides. We're climbing at 310 knots, looking good. We have 1,800 feet per minute on the climb. Wanted to let you guys know I'm not using X-Enviro anymore. I just couldn't take the bad frame rates anymore. It was just, yeah, maybe when 1.14 releases, we'll look at it again. But I went back to X-Vision and Vess's preset. Everything for that will be linked in the description below as well. Lots of stuff to check out in the description today. Anywho, hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday, and you guys are all staying safe out there from all that coronavirus nonsense going on right now. All right, we're exiting the Seagull 1 for the most part. We can put that away. Don't need it. We can go back here, and what we'll do is we'll close out this. And what we can do is we can go now to Seattle and hit that, and then we can hit this, and it's going to load all my charts in Seattle. We have an arrival. We're doing the chins for arrival. It's loading up right now as we speak. Wonderful. We can zoom into it all we want, and we can see what we expect for the arrival. After Twin Falls, we go direct to Pendleton, and then we start the arrival into Seattle from there. We're landing on 16 left, so we get all the way down to Auburn. We'll make a right turn to 343, and we'll be on a left downwind. for that. So we do have to do some manual vectoring to get the ILS 16 left approach. Right now, keeping the best speed I can. Right now, 0.74 on the Mach for our climb. So we're still getting about 13 to 1,400 feet per minute, but we got a 35 knot headwind, and that's the reason why I want to combat that, so we're not sitting up here forever battling the winds for 2 hours for the most part. Well, now I have a bunch of flights in this airplane, and you can see that on the 5 Live channel if that's been the case. But I can honestly say that I'm very pleased with this airplane. You know, going from the Toliss A319, the Flight Factor A320, up into this airplane, you know, once you have the Airbus systems down, you're actually pretty good to go. I prefer hand flying the Toliss birds. I don't know what it is about the fly-by-wire, but it feels absolutely fantastic. So that is going for it. There are some bugs that have been squashed. This is 2 versions up since the release, and it's been much better. I don't have so many issues with the airplane trying to bust airspeeds and things like that. So that is always good to see that it's continually getting updates regularly, very quickly. Now, as far as the Neo mod goes, you know, that's going to be linked in the description. You can go check out what you need to do, but you're going to have the JAR Design A320, and you're going to have the Toliss if you want the sharklets on it. So keep that in mind as well. All right, we're going to bail on the 380 today. We're going to go up to 360 instead, which we are at right now, which we are at cruise. We're going to go ahead and turn off that seatbelt sign. The reason for that is because the higher we were climbing, the higher the headwind was getting, and the airplane was not enjoying that. It was taking like 100 feet per minute to climb, so we're just going to level off here at 36. It seems to be pretty smooth right here, not very turbulent. All is well. Starting to encounter some turbulence. We're going to turn on that fasten seatbelt sign. Make sure everybody gets back to their seats okay. We're just about 111 nautical miles out, and that is to Pendleton there. And that's the beginning of our arrival into Seattle. So we've got a little bit more to go. Luckily for you, with editing, you don't have to sit through it as long as I do. We're 51 minutes into our flight already. 158 nautical miles, now 157 to top of descent. We've still got a ways to go, but man, what a beautiful, beautiful flight this has been. The scenery here using Ortho 4XP has been second to none. It has been absolutely beautiful on both sides. We fly over here on this side. You can see out that window too, man. Wow. Let's go ahead and throw our destination data in. So we'll go to the next phase, and the next phase to the approach page here. And altimeter there is 3036 right now. And it looks like it's probably going to be about the same once we get there. Temperature itself is 8 degrees Celsius, so we'll throw 8 right on in there. And winds are showing clear. Basically, it's going to be 0 at 0, which is very strange. Calm winds coming into the airport. And that's good to go there for a full flat landing. right off of our nose right here, that is Yakima. And man, it looks beautiful from up here. Very, very clear. You can see so much today. Looking at the charts, you can see we're just about to cross over the Yakima VOR. We're headed to Chin's intersection right there, which is about 36 nautical miles out. We'll start our top of descent about 10 nautical miles out from there. All right, we can get the airplane ready to go on down to 10,000 feet initially. I want to make sure that we don't bust speed. So we're going to go down to 10 like that. Click it. We're not in open descent. I'm going to click it into its other one. Come on. Yep, into managed descent mode. There it goes. Seatbelt sign comes back on. And we have begun our initial descent into Seattle. Just going to update our altimeter. It's 3034 now, not 36. So it did change a little bit. We're just going to make sure that that's good to go. And we are looking great here. V approach speed of 148 knots. There's 18,000 feet. We're going to head and click that guy. And it is 3034, so way on up. There we go. 3034 is set. Auto brakes low today. And we're looking good. We got our terrain on the ND. Beautiful, beautiful shot of the mountains as we come in. And then we're going to turn on the engine anti-ice once we get down to these clouds. We're slowing down to 250 knots. That looks good there. We're going to bring this forward and arm the speed brakes there. That looks great. 250 knots is in there. We are maintaining that. We're going to turn to 343 on the heading right when we cross Auburn, which we're just about to do here in about 5 miles. All right, we're turning to heading of 343 right now, just about to Auburn. And we are at 250 knots, looking great. We can continue on down to the next one. So we are going to go to Carfu at 3,300 feet. So we need to do that. 3,300, bring it on down to about 3,000 there, and then 3,300 looks good there. Below 10,000 feet, I'm going to turn those all the way on both sides. Wing light comes on. Let them know they can get the cabin ready to go. Everybody else looks good there. We have engine anti-ice on right now, and seatbelt signs are on. We're looking great. All right, let's go ahead and slow the airplane down to 220 knots is what we want to be doing here. There we go. Airplane starting to slow up. That landing system come on. Both sides. There we go for the ILS. And we're just going to manually vect ourselves all the way over to Carfo there. And we need to cross Carfo at 3,300, and that's what we've got in there in our open descent right now. All right, let's get set up for an intercept on the localizer. So we'll go left now to about 270. There we go. Should get a good view of downtown here off our left. There it is right there. Very nice indeed. The Space Needle and everything. All right, we'll line off here at about 270, and then we'll get set up for our intercept. Airplane is managing speed well. We're on flaps 2. I put it back in managed mode. Anti-ice is off on the engines, and now we're going to go to the left here. About 230. There we go. 230 is going to be a pretty decent intercept at this speed here. And we'll arm the approach. Approach is armed. Cat 3 single. Looks good there. And we've got our diamonds looking wonderful. Just waiting for the airplane to intercept. So a little bit more of a left turn. Will be a little easier on it. So about 20. I think we'll be just fine for a vector here. And once we grab that, we're going to go flaps 3 and start slowing the airplane down. There's localizers alive. As we make our left-hand turn there. We're right underneath the clouds, kind of dancing in and out of them just a bit. There we go, and we're lining off here on the runway heading. We got the runway in sight actually right now for 16 left. Here comes the glide slope. It's good there. We'll go flaps 3. Speed checks for that. And I'll go to the outside view so you can see the landing gear come down. And we're back in the clouds right now, but hey, this is why we're doing an ILS approach. So airplane is flaps full. We're fully configured there. We have no blue on the ECAM, so that's wonderful. And we're just going to let this thing fly on down until we can see the runway. But as of right now, we can't, so we're not going to mess around with that. Over here, you can see us coming down here. There's 2,500 call. Waiting to break out of the clouds. There we were with the cloud breakout. Wonderful. Put those lights on here. Everybody up there looks good. Flight attendants seats for landing, please.
2,000.
There's the 2,000 call. We're looking good here. We're on auto brakes 1. And we got a good visual here, so it'll be my airplane. Managed all the way across the board. We're looking good. 3,300 selected there. I'm using my left side stick. I like using the VKB Gladiator 2 for Airbus. It's very nice. Nice and stable on the approach. Looking good. Just keep an eye out for any changes there, but winds, they've changed a little bit. I mean, they're showing like we have a little bit of a tailwind to the right at 4 knots, but it's supposed to be calm. It's still showing calm, so we could have actually landed on the other side. It would have been fine. Bring that nose down a little bit here. We're pretty much visual now. We don't have to worry about the ILS so much since we do have the lights. We got the pappies, 2 red, 2 white. And we are all right. And see, this is something I remember from before with Active Sky is the winds just don't seem to portray in the sim what you see on your METAR. So there, it's changing a little bit there too. Now we have our headwind. Winds are supposed to be calm in there. Not necessarily calm. We can turn off our terrain. We don't need that guy on. That nose up, so we get back on the white. All it takes is for you to mess with one little dial, man, and you can be off on your ILS approach. So we don't want to mess around with that anymore. No need to. Love the sound of those Pratts, man. Landing. Oh, they just turned the lights on for us. Thanks. Reversers out. Let that nose wheel fly on down. There we go. Reversers are green. We're on auto brake. And we are decelerating. I don't know what's going on over there on the right with that scenery. It's a little messed up. There's 70. We'll clear them. And we turn off the auto brake. And we'll get those brake fans on because they're going to be hot. And we'll make a left here on the next exit, and we'll taxi to the ramp. How about that? Welcome to Seattle, everybody. What a lovely flight. I always love the topography in the area. And I love the ortho. It's just a great, great, great combination for all of it. All right, we'll exit the runway here, and then we will clean up the airplane. Put that guy away. That goes to off. That goes to off. Turn the strobe lights off. And our wing light can come off. Landing lights can come off. And we're all good there. Let's go master switch on the APU. We'll wait for that guy to open up. Go to the APU page for the flap. Wait for the flap to open. And then we'll start that APU. We're going to park at C-17. APU bleed is on. Everybody's good. Nose lights are off. Runway turn-offs are off. That's all off there. Beacon's on. Everything's good there. We're going to make a right turn here and bring it on. And we've got our marshaller. Is that a marshaller? Nope, just a person standing there today. So we'll have to do it ourselves. Not a problem. We got autogate. That'll work. Autogate will work for us today here on the north ramp. There we go. Nice little flight into the evening time here. There we go. We've got the auto gate working now. It's that box right up there. As you can see. A little bit to the right here. It asks for a little bit right. It's not very bright, is it? But we'll keep an eye on it there. They're happy with it right here, looks like. And stop. Beautiful. All right, folks. Parking brake comes on. And we can go ahead and kill the engines. There we go. They're coming down. Beacon light off. Seatbelt light off. And folks, welcome to Seattle. Hope you enjoyed your flight. I will see you all very soon. Take care.